My name is Catie Williams. I am the Vice President of Product Development at InEight. I oversee a few different products, including the data and analytics products, compliance, completions, model, and design. I started as a developer at Kiewit in 2008, I want to say, and I moved into the data and analytics space around 2010. I've always been on the technology side, but always in the construction and engineering industry. I implemented a large data warehouse at Kiewit, and then helped centralize reporting as part of their large ERP implementation. And then that's kind of where my journey at InEight started. Is after working on those projects, I transitioned over to InEight and started working on the analytics and data products that we have at InEight. I started college actually as a pre-med student, and after not doing well in organic chemistry, I think it was organic chemistry, I realized that that was not the right path for me. And I had always found computers and technology to be, I mean, easy for lack of a better word, and they interested me, but I also, it just felt kind of like right. So I started in a pseudo business, pseudo technology degree, and I don't know that I loved just being purely technical. What I've always really liked about what I do, especially in the reporting and data space, is that I'm really that bridge between the technical and the functional, and helping bring awareness and insight to information that maybe was never known, or it took a really long time to get to. It was really manually challenging to bring together. And so I've always really liked understanding the business needs and the business processes, and then how the output of all the data that gets collected throughout that business process, how that can change and drive business decisions. Kiewit is very well known in Omaha, and I'm from Omaha. And so I knew that I wanted to work at Kiewit, particularly in the construction industry, because of the impact they had on the community. So I love to be able to see like all the different buildings and pieces of the community that they were a part of. And so, to be honest, I didn't know what I could do. What could I offer a construction company? And then after I started as a developer and then I transitioned into that reporting space, it really became clear that I had a lot of passion around the industry specifically, and the way that it helps communities and it helps businesses. And I mean, all of us every day are impacted by construction. And, I think about like when some of these things that have happened, like a natural disaster, and how influential and impactful a construction company is in resolving that. And just bringing resources to people, and how much of a role construction plays in that. And I felt a lot of passion specifically around the data side, about how could you make the industry better? How can you make it grow? How can it adapt to technology? And this is an industry that's ripe for opportunity for doing and changing the way things have always been done, and growing and utilizing technology, both from like a safety perspective to an increasing productivity perspective. And that's something that definitely has always intrigued me. What gets me out of bed every day is definitely the opportunity to impact the industry. And then it's the people. I mean, I think, I've worked with several individuals for such a long time, and you build these relationships. And when you're all moving towards a common goal, there's something that definitely stops making that feel like it's work. And it just starts to become like an extension of who you are. And I think it's funny when people talk about the like concept of, oh, like it's Sunday and you're starting to have like your Monday regret, right? Or like you're like, oh, Monday's coming, and this Monday dread. And I've never experienced that. And I feel so fortunate that I never have. And a lot of it is because the industry is constantly evolving. There's new challenges, new business problems. And I do feel a lot of passion around how can we help and change the industry. I've never been out in the field, but I know the challenges that they face, because I've gotten to hear firsthand from all these people out on projects, right, about the challenges they face, and how they're very remote and they can be disconnected from the central location, wherever that exists for them. And how can you help bring them more information and make their job easier and safe so they return to their family? So I would say it's definitely a combination of what I'm doing, like the actual subject, and then also the people that I get to interact with, and the passion they feel for impacting the industry And again, when you're all aligned, I don't know the word for it, the synergy that you start to actually have together as a team, it makes it really fun and not feel like work. Think what's neat about the construction space is that it might be easy to just assume, well, oh, that's not very complex, or it doesn't have a lot of challenges still. It's been, it's been working this long, and how much is it really adapting and really need, how much does it really need technology? And I think that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, especially when you just start to break down different opportunities from like wearables and like exoskeletons. And I say that a little bit tongue in cheek because I mean, I think it's probably still very much on one spectrum of what the possibilities are. But when you start to really think about how much can you do that would actually drastically change the industry, there's so much opportunity there. And, not to knock another industry, but in a lot of cases, there are other industries that are very much rip and repeat. But in construction, every single project has new parameters and new requirements and has a different client or owner that you're working for. And so it's constantly changing and adapting. And so what that means is that it needs very complex solutions to help provide something that works. And again, make sure that you're being efficient and not impacting productivity by putting in a solution. And so I goes back to that when I said I knew I wanted to work there, but I didn't know what I could do. And when I think about now, all the different opportunities and just how much technology can make a difference in the industry, a lot of people want to work somewhere that they feel like they're adding value and they see directly the impact of their work on right the company that they're supporting. And I definitely think that the construction and engineering space has a lot of opportunity for that.